Hello and welcome to the April 2021 market stat review. We're going to look at the year-to-date stats for January, February, and March of 2021. I'm going to go over some numbers, but more importantly than going over the numbers, I'm going to provide the insight. There's no shortage of infographics being released out there that'll show you the stats. They're released every month by the real estate board. My goal is to give you guidance and intelligence from those stats. So we're going to do a quick review of the stats, then I'm going to give specific insight for sellers in this market and specific actionable insight for buyers in this marketplace. So none of the market stats are going to surprise you unless you've been hiding under a rock this year. When it comes to single family homes, units listed, the month over month stats are going to mislead you and tell you that there's 38% more listings this month than this same month last year. But of course, we are in the middle of a lockdown for March of last year and not this year. So the 12 month to date stats are much more relevant that show units listed is actually down about 2%. So we're in a low inventory market back in Q1 of 2020. We're in an equally low inventory market for 2021. Okay, for units reported sales, the unit sales, this is the big one, up 109% month over month, 109% year to date, and up 35% 12 months to date. So sales volume is way up. Okay, in units sold. In terms of dollar value sold, we're seeing the same, 171% month over month increase, 165% year to date increase in sales volume, and a 55% increase in sales volume 12 months to date. Okay, let's look at the average sale price. This is the one you're hearing so much about in the news right now as we crest $700,000 for the average single family detached sale price in Nanaimo. Month over month stats, so March 2020 compared to March 2021, we're up 29% to $749,000. Year to date stats, similarly $744,000 average sale price, that's up 26% compared to Q1 2020. The 12-month rolling average is $656,000, which is a 15% increase. Overall, if I take the average of the averages, we're looking at about $716,000. The number that I think is a good one to use for an average sale price right now is right around that $720,000 here for Nanaimo. Days on market has dropped 40% to 30 days. Okay, so that's what's going on in single family. If I want to zoom in really quickly on acreages, acreage listings are down 10%, units sold are up 50%. The average price for an acreage here in Nanaimo, $1.1 million, which is about a 14 to 21% increase depending on whether you look at the month to month, the year to date, or the 12-month rolling average. So acreages of high demand, we're hearing all about people exiting the city and trying to get more space, accurately reflected in those stats. Another big trend, baby boomers relocating from the lower mainland, selling the big estates on the mainland, moving over here looking for either spectacular ocean views or waterfront. So we've seen a huge increase in waterfront sales. Specifically, we've seen an 8% increase in units sold 12 months to date. Sales volume, so the total sale price of all waterfront sales is up 41% 12 months to date. Listing inventory is down 25% 12 months to date, and the average waterfront home is up almost 30% in price to $1.3 million in 2021. Okay, condos up 11% in terms of the number of listings, up 165% in terms of units sold, 49 up to year to date last year, 130 year to date this year, and the average sale price is up, not as dramatically as single family, but we're up 15%. So this time, year to date last year, our average condo was selling for $312,000. This year, $361,000. So now that I've got your head spinning with all those numbers, let's just go to the insight. So insight for sellers. Okay, specifically for sellers right now. This is the strongest sellers market we've ever seen. This is due to three reasons: low rates, COVID's impact on telecommuting and people working from home, and the transition of baby boomers, 80% of which need to access the equity in their home in order to retire. So they're looking for markets that have the similar lifestyle and environment that they're used to. In Western Canada, Nanaimo is essentially the last place where you can get an affordable home with weather like we're used to here in the southwestern British Columbia. Okay, that said, rates are forecasted to increase Okay, also April, May, and June, every year with the exception of the pandemic lockdown last year, April, May, and June are always the biggest months for new inventory. So that competition that you're going to see in the marketplace is going to increase over the next 3 months. Demand, and here's an important one, demand is projected to continue through to the end of the year, but the unprecedented highs are undeniably right now. So the market conditions are really good right now, expected to continue, but that's some crystal ball forecasting. I know they're good right now. Okay, and a big one right now, when you look at those average sale prices getting over $700,000, affordability is really starting to impact demand as people start to realize, wow, we can't afford a single family home with our dual income, and start to look at condos. And that's why we're seeing a little uptick in condo activity right now, and that's going to continue. So what to do for sellers? List sooner than later. Don't feel pressured to accept offers too soon, and have a detailed plan for your after the sale. So once the sale's over, where are you going? What's your plan? You should spend as much time on that as you do preparing to go to market. Insight for buyers. Patience is a virtue. New hot product, great new listings are coming on the market over the next 12 weeks for sure. I can predict that with certainty. What I'm not sure about is how many buyers are going to be fighting over that new inventory, but the new inventory is coming. Okay, get prepared. Get your financing organized, get your deposit organized, figure out who's going to be doing your inspections, research sales for the product and price category that you think you're likely to buy in. Okay, choose your agent wisely if you're a buyer in this market. Make sure you trust them, make sure they've got experience, make sure they have a high level of availability, understand the importance of responsiveness in this marketplace. Make sure that they have backup, so ideally working with an agent on a team as opposed to a Joe do-it-all agent. Reliability in terms of availability is one of the most important performance metric for buyers right now. So that agent that you're working with should have layers of support so their schedule doesn't impact your performance in the marketplace. You know, on that note, don't be afraid to make a change, okay? You're the consumer, you're driving the decisions. If you're not happy with the service you're getting, either speak to the agent you're working with and give them an opportunity to buckle up, or find a new agent. You control that area, and you need to make decisions that meet your needs. Don't get caught up in list price. Last point for buyers. List price is a horrible indicator of value. The best indicator of values is recent sales, combined with your personal probability of finding another property that meets your needs and your future plans. Those are the three things that should determine what we offer, not on average homes are selling for $100,000 over list price. Don't make decisions based on any metric relative to average sale price relative to list price, because averages are great for averages. They're almost useless when we start to hone in on a product. List prices are not a good indicator of value. So someone might come to the market with a list price that's way too high. We need to get a discount even in this market, or they might come in way too low where a $200,000 over list price makes sense. So the three factors that a buyer should be looking at: recent sales, their probability of finding another property like that specific to their needs, and their future plans. Are you planning on holding this property for 2 years or 20 years? That makes a big impact. Okay, that's the market report. I hope you found that useful. I'm John Cooper with the John Cooper Real Estate Group. We're always available for buyer or seller consultations, and we are ready when you are.